Hello and welcome to Southwest College. My name is Nicola Milanofi and I am the Careers and Employability Officer in our Enniskillen campus. If you're from the Omagh, Dungannon or Cookstown area, you're probably more familiar with my colleagues, and that's Teresa Taggart in our Omagh campus or Claire O'Neill who works out of our Dungannon campus. Ordinarily at this time of year, we would be out in your schools delivering our school talks and telling you about all the opportunities available at Southwest College. And unfortunately, that's not possible this year. So in lieu of that, I'm going to talk about those opportunities today with you. So why choose Southwest College? Well, we deliver a wide variety of career focused qualifications, and I'll go into exactly what those qualifications are in just a few minutes. The college is a little bit different to school, so in many respects we work like a school at this level, but in other respects we give the students, I suppose, a little bit more independence than you probably find in the school environment. So when, for example, students are timetabled to be in class, if they're not there and they're under 18, parents or guardians will be called. But when they're not timetabled to be in class, we give them that bit more freedom so they can work independently from home, but we do encourage them to come in and use our learning resource centres while to do independent study. And we have a brilliant track record in terms of results. So the vast majority of our students go on either to higher education, either at the college itself or in one of the local universities, or they go directly into employment. We also have industry qualified lecturers, and that means that our lecturers are teachers on the one hand, but they've also worked within the sector in which they teach. And that means that they're very aware of the skills required for that sector and teach accordingly. Most of our courses have industry placements embedded in them, and that means that our students not only learn about the theory of their chosen subject in the classroom, but they also get the chance to go and put that theory into practice in real life situations. We have excellent academic and pastoral support. So we have student mentors for our further education students, and we have a vast variety of different elements of pastoral support. So I myself work within student services, and within student services, we have different areas of support. So whether it's academic support like the mentor or learning support, or as I said, career support from myself. And we have world-class technologies and equipment. Now, that goes for all of the campuses, but in the Enniskillen campus in particular, you may be aware that we are about to move this summer into our new Urn Campus. So while we already have world-class technologies and equipment, that's going to be brought up a step more even in Enniskillen. So this year's cohort of students will be the first ones into the Urn Campus in September. And we have, as I mentioned before, excellent resource centres, learning resource centres that we encourage our students to use either the technology in there or to use the other resources for independent learning. Okay, so is Southwest College right for you? Well, I suppose when you're thinking about that, there's a number of things to take into consideration. So you should be thinking at this stage about your career goals, about your interests, about your preferred method of assessment. So compared to A levels, the kind of qualifications that we offer are more weighted towards assignment based assessment. That means that it's more coursework based. Now there are for most of our courses some exams, but as I say, compared to A levels, it's weighted more towards assignment. You also need to think about the entry requirements, and I'm going to go into the different entry requirements for different levels in just a few minutes. And academic support. So as I said, we have learning support officers in our student service offices, and they can help you in terms of any extra educational needs. And then some of our qualifications also have attached to them professional qualifications or recognition. Okay, so what kind of courses does Southwest College offer? So at post GCSE, we offer two levels. So you have level two, which is equivalent to 4 GCSEs. Okay, they're practical and work-related courses where you learn by completing projects based on realistic workplace situations. So at the end, they last for 1 year, and at the end of that, as I said, you get the equivalent of 4 GCSEs at grades A to C. In order to meet the entry requirements for level two, you need to have the minimum of 6 points. Now, that translates more or less to 2 passes at GCSE or equivalent. And then once you're finished that 1 year at level 2, you're ready to then to progress on to one of our level 3 programs. So our level 3 programs are either NVQs at level 3, or more usual is the extended BTEC diploma. And these are practical and work related courses also, and they're equivalent to 3 A levels. So at the end of it takes 2 years full time to do them, and at the end of that you come out with 3 grades just like you would in your A levels. But unlike A levels where there are A, B, C's, etc., you come out with distinctions, merits and passes. They're assessed, as I said, via exams and assignments, but more weighted towards assignments compared to A levels. And for these ones, the minimum entry requirement is 4 GCSEs. So again, 4 GCSEs or equivalent at grades A to C. And then once you're finished your extended BTEC diploma, you can either move into employment, but as I said, the vast majority of our students will go on to higher education, either in one of the many foundation degree and degree programs we have available at the college, or else on to one of the local universities or the universities across the water. And if you're interested in applying to either the level 2 or 3 programs at the college, you apply directly to the college on our website. So what subjects areas do we deliver? Well, this is a list of the subject areas at our level 2 provision. So we've a wide variety, as you can see from this. We have engineering, construction, health and social care, childcare, computing, media, business administration, sport, hairdressing, barbering, beauty and hospitality and catering. So it does vary between different campuses. So if you go onto our website, you'll see the provision is slightly different for each campus. Now, if you can't find your chosen subject area at level 2, there is enough flexibility built into our programs that allows you, for example, if you wanted to study business studies, you could study at level 2, first of all, computing, for example, and then once you've finished 1 year at level 2, that gets you the equivalent to your 4 GCSEs, which will then get you onto your level 3 in business studies. So there's slightly more variety once you come to your level 3 subject areas. So this is a list of our level 3 subjects. So you can see that a little bit more variety. So we've got your business studies is in there. We've got applied science at level 3, for example, and not at level 2. So as I say, there's something for everybody here, guys. So if you're interested in finding out anything more about any of these courses, if you just go onto our website and do a course search, and you'll find out all about each of the course options. So looking towards the future then, this is sort of an idea of what comes a couple of years down the line for you. So the vast majority of our students, as I say, continue on to higher education, either at the college or further afield in one of the local universities or across the water. And I suppose this diagram shows you both options here. So traditionally, I suppose the right-hand side shows you where most students would have studied A levels or your extended BTEC diploma, and then headed off to university to study for an honours degree. And then if you turn to the left hand side here, this is what we now increasingly have the option of within the Southwest region. So now we're getting more and more of our students deciding to stay local, and by staying local they're not giving up the dream, I suppose, of getting that honours degree. So on the left hand side here you can see the structure of our higher education in the college. So you start off by doing a foundation degree generally, and then you top up that foundation degree, or the option is there then to top up that foundation degree to the full honours degree. Now I know this diagram shows the top up element of that taking 2 years, but since last year we have started to deliver open university honours degrees at the college, and the top up year for most of those degrees is actually 1 year. So that allows students to get a full degree within the local region within your 3 to 4 years, just like going off to university. So there are brilliant options local to home these days. So teaching and assessment, these again are things that you might consider or think about when you're making decisions about Southwest College. And these elements that I'm going to talk about now, all the information is available on our website and in our prospectuses. Our prospectus will be out soon, but our website has already got this information. If you just go to www.swc.ac.uk. So how will you be taught? So again, it's traditional, it's like A level, it's traditional classroom environment where you'll be taught by your tutor or lecturer. Module content, again, each of the module content in terms of all of our courses is up on our website. Contact hours, again, it's full time for most of our students at this level. And then what methods are used to assess you? As I said, we've discussed that. There are some exams based in nearly all of our programs now, but compared to your A-level equivalents, assessment is much more weighted towards assignment based assessment. Now, in the two GCSEs or equivalents that you need to get onto our level 2 programs, or the 4 GCSEs or equivalent that you need to get onto our level 3 programs, they do not necessarily have to include maths and English. However, if you come to the college without a pass grade in your maths, English or ICT at GCSE or level 2, you will be required to do essential skills in those subjects alongside your full-time course. So work placements, as I said, our level 3 extended diplomas all integrate a 2-week placement which is relevant to your subject area, and there are huge benefits involved in this. So it provides your real life work and place experience, it develops your professional skills, it develops your personal skills, and perhaps most importantly, it gives you the chance to network with local employers. So I've mentioned our learning resource centres. All of our campuses have their own learning resource centres where students can go in and use it like a library, or they can use the computers and the equipment in there for independent learning. They all have stationery shops, and they also have some study space for students to book and to use for group work, etc. And then we have library staff or resource centre staff in there who will induct students in terms of the use of all the equipment and the use of different search tools, etc. As I said, I am part of student services, so each of our campuses also have student services, and within student services we give advice and guidance on a lot of various different support areas. So we have admissions officers in there. We have officers who can give advice on student finance. We have careers advice by myself and my equivalents in the other campuses. And we have learning support staff. So for any students with extra educational needs, the learning support staff are there to help. But we also give advice on other things like childcare, health and well-being. We have on-site counselling that our students can use also. So student finance, there's a lot of different options for student finance at level 2 and level 3. So it depends on your age and your eligibility really. So you get free in terms of tuition fees all the way up to up to and including level 3. If you've been eligible for a bus pass at school and free school meals at school, the chances are you'll still be eligible as long as you meet the age requirements. And then a lot of our students apply for and are eligible for EMA, or Educational Maintenance Allowance. And if you're over the age of 19, you can apply for the FE grant. So there's the contact details of how you will go and apply for the different kinds of finance available. Now, as I said, each of our student services offices provide learning support. So the learning support officers can help you or put into place supports for a number of different extra educational needs here. So on the right here, you will see sort of the different educational needs that we would be familiar with. And in terms of the supports that we deliver, there'd be one-to-one study skills support. We would be able to give equipment loans, adapt course materials, and obviously you'll get your special exam and assessment arrangements. So if you are in a situation where you do need extra help with regards to any extra educational needs, these are the contacts for our learning support officers in each of our campuses. So Dermot Feely in Enniskillen, Judith McCusker in Omagh, and Sharon Waters in Dungannon. And then this is ourselves, the careers and employability team. So again, we provide things like careers planning and advice. So that can be one-to-one or on a group basis. We are the ones who help students with their UCAS applications. We provide some employability seminars or workshops with regards to CVs or interview skills, aptitude tests, things like that. And again, here's our contact details. So there's myself in Enniskillen, Teresa Taggart in Oma, and Claire O'Neill in our Dungannon campus. So the college also has a really good clubs and societies sector at the moment. So our students would be involved in health and wellbeing on the one hand, but this is kind of part of that. And our health and wellbeing officer, Niall Marlowe, would be over these clubs and societies, or help the students get them into place. So we have online gaming and esports, we have games clubs, we have Gaelic football both for men and women, and soccer the same. We have a very strong LGBTQ plus community and a Christian group in the college. So, and we're always eager to get for the students to suggest other clubs and societies or new clubs and societies. So if you're interested in learning more about any of our courses, you can go onto our website now, as I said, www.swc.ac.uk. We are taking applications now, but there is a high demand for them. So the sooner you get your application in, the better. The applications were all online since last year, and there's clear directions on how to do that on our website. But if you do get stuck with your application, our admissions officers in our different campuses can help you with that. And here is their contact details. So we've Carmel Gormley in our Enniskillen campus, Nicola McCartan in our Oma campus, and Carly McCaffrey. So we recently held some virtual open days for the different schools within the college. And if you missed those events, they are recorded and there's links to them on our website. So it'll give you a chance to hear from past students on the one hand, and also the lecturers who will tell you a lot more about the courses that we deliver. And then coming back to our Urn Campus, which is opening in Enniskillen in September. So if you just want to click the link here, it'll give you a better idea of what the campus is going to look like. It'll give you a fly through of that. So as I say, we're extremely excited about that. It is state of the art and one of the first of its kind in the world indeed. And so that's it, guys. I want to thank you all for your attention. And again, I'd welcome, and we all would welcome any contact from you in terms of talking through on a one-to-one basis which of the opportunities I've talked about today are more appropriate or most appropriate for your needs. So if you contact any of us through the contact details that I've provided, we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.